Once again, Sarah McLachlan live at our piano on Soundcheck in a song called Forgiveness. First song was like this lovely, light-hearted little
happy,
frolic,
fluffy
and
frolic,
then you
yes.
go for the jugular.
That's right. I know when people first heard Loving You, he's like, oh, I missed the sad Sarah. So don't worry, honey. Still there.
The album is called Laws of Illusion. It's out next Tuesday, June 15th. Lilith Fair comes to the New York area on July 31st at the PNC Bank Arts Center in New Jersey, actually.
That's right.
And you were talking just before the song, Sarah, about how, you know, things have changed. The music industry is different.
Well, I think it's opened up a lot, definitely.
But something else has happened. I mean, you've sold something like 40 million records. Nobody is selling.
They tell me. Well, that was a
nobody's
long
selling
time
40
ago,
million
though.
records
That was
anymore.
a long time ago. I mean, I was very lucky when I came out. I was 22 years ago when I started my career, and you know, it was the 90s. It was still the boom, and people were still buying records. And so you talk about surfacing. That sold about 10 million records. That was before downloading.
Right.
You know, the whole world changed with that.
Do you feel sort of like, this is a terrible metaphor, but I can't help it, springs Rip Van Winkle. Yeah. Not that you're old and grizzled and bearded and stuff,
quite,
Sarah,
yeah.
but, it's been 7 years, which in the pop world is an eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you've come back to a music world that is like utterly altered?
No, not at all. And I think because maybe I'm living in a fantasy, but I really feel like I have pretty amazing, loyal fans. I spent a lot of years touring, and I built up a really solid fan base. And I know, the longer I'm away, I know I'm going to lose some of them. But I think there's my core fan base is going to stick around. Like in the same way that I love music. Like when Peter Gabriel puts out a record, it doesn't matter if it's taken 10 years. I don't want to wait till I hear it on the radio. I'm just going to go buy it the day it comes out. And I'm hoping that a lot of my fans are like that as well. That being said, I don't expect to sell them. I never did expect to sell 10 million records. It was always a big shock and a surprise. But, records that would have sold 10 million now, if you sell, 1.5, it's a huge success. That used to be called a failure back in the late 90s, which I always thought was ludicrous anyway. But
But as you say, you were always about touring by making that connection. That has become the new model. I mean, that's the way everyone's doing it now.
It was always my model. And Terry McBride from Network, he was my manager, still is my manager, and that was always his thing. It's like, you tour, you're a good live show, you sing, you connect with the audience. That's your power.
Right. And that, it doesn't, boom, bust, that kind of thing endures. And we're seeing a lot of musicians going back to, you want to talk old school, that's it. You go out, you play live. Now, for you, it's going to be summer, right?
Yeah.
At least while the kids are still in school.
Yeah, exactly. But, the whole live show, and I think, we live in such a fast-paced time of IMing and stuff. It's like we want to connect with human beings. And, you either go to church or rock shows, it seems. There's not a lot of other opportunities or play sports, but people want to connect. Mm-hmm.
Well, the connection begins June 27th in Calgary as Lilith Fair gets underway for the first time in 11 years with Sarah McLachlan again at the helm. Her album Laws of Illusion is out next Tuesday. She'll be in the New York area at PNC Bank Arts Center in New Jersey on July 31st. Sarah McLachlan, a real pleasure having you on Soundcheck today.
Nice to be here.
Up next, new music from a minimalist composer and one of indie rock's biggest bands in our picks of the week. And later, Live Americana gets a spooky update from the New York-based indie band Linfinity. They'll join us to play live later on Soundcheck.
She's got a reverend nose, my Marilyn Monroe. So if you feel my heart.
Thanks for listening to WNYC On Demand. Please check out our other programs at wnyc.org or on iTunes. This free service is made possible by our listeners. Become a member of WNYC today.